Welcome back to the Blue Collar Homestead. Today we are going to talk about a little fitting that they make that you put on top of mason jars to vacuum seal them for canning dry goods. And they've been non-existent for a little over a year. I've been looking for one and can't find one anywhere. Well, I'm tired of waiting, and I'm sure you guys are tired of waiting too. So this video, I'm going to show you what I did to make my own without them. Now, see this contraption and this is 4-inch PVC in a mason jar. You know, 4-inch PVC I had laying around. I had to buy a couple fittings, no big deal. This guy slides right on inside there. Seal this guy up, and you hook it up to the vacuum sealer, and it vacuum seals the mason jar. Now I don't need that fitting, but this is what I had to resort to because of all the shortages and all the craziness going on in the world. This is what I'm going to use from now on, so I'll probably never buy that piece. So have a look at the video and let me know what you think. Also, don't forget to look at our garden gift card giveaway video. We are giving away still two $25 gift cards. One for the most accurate guess on how many pounds of tomatoes, and one for whoever gets the closest to the total amount of weight of everything that we pull from our garden. Go over there and comment on that video what your guess is. One guess per person. The rules are in the video. We'll leave the link down below. The contest does close, what was it, June 1st. Comments will be shut off May 31st at midnight. So go ahead and comment on that. Give this a thumbs up, like, and share, and we'll see you on the next one. Alright, what I'm going to do is take this here mason jar, make it fit in this here pipe, but, I mean, regularly it doesn't fit very well. It's kind of tight, but if you sand out the inside, you can make the jar fit there. But this one has to be hogged out just a little bit more. I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. What I'm going to do, I have this sandpaper. It's kind of like a belt off of something. I'm going to rip a tiny little piece here. I need some duct tape. We're going to use that too. I'm going to rip me off a piece of this somehow. Alright. Take that, put that right there for a minute. I'm going to hog this out a little bit. I'm going to take this and let's see which way I'm going to do this. This goes this way. I'm going to wrap this around this hole saw like this. I don't know if you can see that now. The reason I'm going multiple times is because I can rip it off as it gets clogged up and get a new piece going. I'm going to take this, I'm going to tape that on there. I don't know if I'm in the camera or not, but this is going to end up like that. Now if I stick this inside the pipe and kind of hog it out to make the jar fit, and then I'll glue the ends on and everything, and we'll bring it inside and see what it does. But you definitely got to hog it out a little bit because the ball jar will not fit in there very easily. You don't want to be fighting with it getting it stuck, so let's take this and stick it in there. You can see that's all starting to get clogged up. You can just take this, give it a rip. Somehow. There we go. Alright. I can live with that. That works pretty good. Alright, I'm going to go get the fittings out of the truck, grab the glue and stuff, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I'm going to cut this thing down. All you need really is about a 7-inch piece of 4-inch PVC. You see it, but it's about as long as the jar, a 7-inch piece. I'm going to cut this real quick. We're going to glue the fittings on. I'm going to have to drill a hole in the cap to thread in this guy. All this is an air compressor fitting and a piece of hose, and on the other end, that's a needle for filling it up like soccer balls, basketballs, stuff like that. I'm going to thread this into the cap, and then hopefully we'll slide our mason jar down inside here, hook it up to the vacuum sealer, and see if it works, because we've been looking for the attachment for mason jars for over a year to vacuum seal them, and they're just non-existent. I don't know what happened, but there's a shortage of those like everything else. So you got to do what you can with what you got. Let me cut this up, and we'll put it together and see what happens. So, take this. I'm just going to cut this with a regular saw right over here. That's the end of that one. Okay. Alright, that's that. I can see that. It's going to sit right in there. Oh, that's perfect. Alright, so I'm going to take, we're going to put some primer on this stuff. Make sure the glue sticks real good. This isn't going to be the prettiest thing, but it'll work. Hopefully it'll work. That's what I'm banking on, because I can't find the fitting that Food Saver makes to put on your mason jars to vacuum seal like dry goods and stuff. Like I said, you can't find it anywhere right now. None of that stuff is available, so gonna have to make something myself. So let's see. I'm gonna glue this together, and we're gonna see what happens. Like I said, not the prettiest thing in the world, but hey, if it works, I don't care what it looks like. You know, this is stuff I had laying around. I had to buy the cap and the clean out, but the pipe I had laying around, the fitting I had laying around, the hose I had laying around. So I'll let that dry for a minute. Close this up. Always close this stuff up. This stuff gets on anything, you'll never get it off. Alright, so there's that. Yeah, we're going to drill a hole. We're going to drill a hole in the center of this thing. We're going to thread that in there. All this is an air compressor fitting, like off a nail gun or something I had laying around. So I'll drill the hole, thread it in there, put some Teflon on it. And like I said, we'll get this put together and see what it does. I'm pretty confident. I think it'll work all right. So let's put some glue on this stuff. Alright. Lots of glue. Give it a good twist. Kind of hold it there for a second. These fittings do have a tendency to want to come off, push off by themselves if you don't hold them. So I'll give that a hold for just a few seconds, then we'll glue the other one on, then we'll drill the hole. And we'll stick a mason jar in there, and I'll show you how this thing is supposed to work from what I'm gathering. There's a shortage of everything right now, and it's starting to get old, so gotta make my own stuff. You know, it's their fault. They're the ones making the shortages, and they're the ones losing money, because now I'm making my own parts. I don't need them. You know, as long as I can use the stuff I got laying around to make things work, so be it. Now that's one part I'm not going to buy. If this works, I'll never buy one of those ever again. Not that I bought one in the first place, but if they do become available, I won't buy it. Now, I gotta hunt down a drill bit for this guy. Let's pull that off of there. I'm gonna step out of the camera for just a second and look for this. That looks like it'll work. That's looking like I need a 7/16. I'm going to drill a hole in this. Alright. Peel that out of there. It's nice and tight. Maybe a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. See what I can find here. Alright, 9/16 is too big. Like a 1/2 inch would be good. Alright, you know what? I think I'm just going to hit it with this stone. Kind of paper so I can get the thread started. Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, the stone works pretty good. There we go. I think that'll do it. Or not. Alright, looks like it's starting to go in, I think. There we go. That I can like. Put that there, put that there. We might need this Teflon. Alright, this is it. What we're going to do, take this jar. We're going to slide that guy right down in here. I'm going to probably have to put some Teflon around this lid. And then we're going to go inside and we're going to hook it to the vacuum sealer and see if it actually sucks the air out of the jar. Now, doing that with the mason jar, you probably don't want to, you don't want the lid to be too tight. I would say just set it on there and kind of not even finger tight. Just screw this guy in. Like I said, I'll probably have to put Teflon around the threads, but all right, we'll be right back. We'll continue this inside and we'll see how this thing works. All right, here we go. What I'm going to do is put this jar in here, and you can see it's not sealed. I'll slide that guy in there. I did put some Teflon around this lid for the clean out. I'm just going to kind of tighten that up by hand a little bit. Now you can see this needle for filling up like baseball, or not baseballs, basketballs, soccer balls, football, stuff like that. This is the Food Saver. We got this from Walmart a couple years ago. Now, it has an accessory port, but it's a special kind of hose or something. You just can't just ram a hose in there. There's like a little a check ball in there or something. But you can see right here where this gasket, it falls a little bit short. I'm actually going to put this needle right here, and then I'm going to close it like that. I'm going to go like that. Of course, this has to be put on here. I eventually got to get a longer hose, and then I'm just going to push the seal button. It's going to take a minute because there's a lot of air in this canister. There you go. Shut it off. Let's open this guy up and see if the jar is sealed. Look at that. It's sealed. That totally works. Now, I'm going to crack this off. We're going to see how hard it is to get off. But you can see it's on there. So yeah, that works pretty good. So forget about buying that one that doesn't exist anymore. Like I said, if you got a piece of 4-inch PVC laying around, hog out the center so the jar fits in there a little easier. You get a cap, you get a clean out, you get this guy. These fittings are expensive. I mean, just these fittings is probably 20 bucks. But you can't find the one that Food Saver makes to attach to the top of the mason jar. So now that I know this works, I'll never buy that product. It's their loss that they're pulling all this shortage garbage. So it is what it is. Now I figured out how to do it without them. So their loss. You know, so for anybody else who's canning this summer, you know, if you got dry goods or whatever, this does work. I just showed you. All that is a needle to fill up, you know, basketballs and stuff like that, an air compressor fitting, a little piece of hose, and some PVC. And it works. So, till next time, hopefully you guys build one of these and stick it to the man. And we'll see you on the next one. What's up, Dart? What's up, buddy? What are you doing, huh?